try to be right back in a bit. The rescue of our allies will be no small undertaking. Even under the normal circumstances, breaching the defenses of Imperial Castrum would be a highly dangerous proposition. But now that Castrum Sentry houses prisoners from the Garlean deemed valuable, we may be confident that they have taken additional measures to ensure the stronghold's security. If we are to free our friends, we will require an effective strategy, and if we are to formulate an effective strategy, we will require intelligence. I believe I know a man who may be able to assist us in this. Lord Battalion of House Dundire. He is stationed in the observatory in Clothius. Let us go to him and beseech his aid. Alright, Orange. I'm gonna be streaming for a bit so I can do my main quest. Yeah. So if you just like, you probably what? Ah, night, then Orange. Alright. Ah, the woman who amassed the heretic in our midst. To what do I owe the pleasure of your company? You are an associate of Yrstel? But of course, Lord Drilmark confided to me that you were a sign of the Seventh Dawn. Castrum Sentry? That what interests have you all in the Imperials? They hold several of our members, whom we intend to free. Any information you can provide will be greatly appreciated. I see. That might explain our scouts' reports. They observed 4 prisoners being led into the castrum, a Huron woman, an Elsian man, and 2 Lollyfells. 1 male, 1 female. It's them. It has to be them. Menphilia or Ngiri. I'm gonna mispronounce most of these names. Papalimio and Hataru. If that scant morsel is of use to you, you may also be interested to hear about a more recent incident. Incident? An Imperial ship made an emergency landing here in Kelthis not long ago. 10 men believed to be prisoners, a Rogadin and a Lollyfell, were seen fleeing the craft. What do you say? Rogden and Lollyfield, Master Garland. Neither, neither were neither were imperial dress, and both seemed disinclined to wait for rescue. Hence, our assumption that they were prisoners. Well, I'll be. It's Biggs and Wedge. Trust those two rascals to escape. We must find them, and soon. The Imperials will not rest until they are captured or killed, and if Biggs were given the choice, I fear he'd take the latter. Freeing those held in Castrum Sentry will require substantial planning and preparation. As such, it is an endeavor that will admit some slight delay. The matter of the escapees, by contrast, will not. Shortly after the prisoners vacated the airship, our scouts observed Imperial troops setting off in pursuit. It is likely only a matter of time before they are catched, though. If you wish to see your comrades again, you had best act now. If as has been suggested, the Guardians took our fellow science prisoners in hopes of understanding the echo. It seems reasonable to assume that they will not be executed until such time as the study is complete. But Biggs and Wedge are not science, nor do they know aught of the echo. As Lord Pretland said, this may prove our only chance to rescue them. I say we seize it. Thank you, everyone. You won't regret this. Final preparations are almost complete, my lord. There stands the accumulation of 5 long years of painstaking work, but all our efforts will be vindicated when Imperial's vision becomes reality. At last, we have the power to purge this land of its false gods. We shall give the ignorant children of Eorzea the security and stability they so desperately crave, and which their spineless leaders have no pallibly failed to provide. As you say, my lord, rest assured our engineers will not rest until the weapon is fully armed and operational. Raitan, you depart for Castrum Occidans at midnight. You will command the western front in Valbrin. The Eorzeans will attempt to interfere with our plans. You will see that they do not. My lord, if this be your will, I shall carry it out to the best of my abilities. I live only to serve the Empire. Yet, forgive my imprudence, but is it proper to give command of half our force to a... I have given you nothing perfect. You have earned it. That will be all. Dismissed. Yes, my lord. My quarters, 1 hour. My purpose here is to recognize Galileo's activity along Apethios' spine. Owing to this, I have the honor of being acquainted with Yeshua. Now, now the report of the Imperial ship's emergency landing came to us by way of Dismel's dark hold, stationed in the west. Our man stationed at the entrance, a knight named Bracel, may be able to tell you more, so as to expedite your mission. I shall furnish you with a letter of introduction. I pray that you will soon be reunited with your comrades. May the Fury grant you strength. I'm going completely the wrong way. You stand before Dismal Darkhold, the subterranean fortress excavated by the great Ishgardian house of the same name. None but authorized personnel may enter. A letter for Lord Portland. So you have come about the Imperial airship. According to our scouts, the vessel had scarce touched the ground when a pair of men captives by and all accounts burst forth and bolted. Imperial soldiers have since have been sighted in the area seeking to recapture them. What? The captives are like to be your friends, you say? Then let us pray that they are yet a step ahead of their pursuers. The emergency landing reportedly took place near Arum Vale, situated south and west of here. I suggest you take your search there. Seek out a knight named Pyrimons. He should be able to assist you. Oh boy, a dungeon. I hastened to the landing site, arriving just in time to see the vessel take to the skies again, but not before it had deployed a detachment of troops. Gareth orders were being barked, and there was an air of concentrate concentration between them. Oh, good gosh, I could not read that for some odd reason. There were prisoners aboard the airship, it seems, and they seized the opportunity to flee when the vessel was forced to land. The Garleans, who were deployed, formed search parties and proceeded to scour the wilderness in order to alert our forces. I returned to my post to find evidence that someone had been here in my absence. Whoever they were, they tried to tried the door to no avail and decided to go elsewhere. And all I marked to set of footprints, one large, one small. If you search the area, mayhap you will be able to follow the prints to their owners. Shadow Dungeon. Oh, that red looks cool in the distance, though. I'm gonna say those are crystals. So cool. I want to go home. Ah, please don't eat me. I'm not nearly as succulent as I look. It's all skin and bone underneath, I swear. It's you. Thank goodness you're here. It's been awful. The Guardians were snapping at our heels like a hungry pack of wolves. I was so on evading them, I almost ran headlong into a monster, yapping maul thrice. And when I finally found cover, it hit me how cold and hungry I was. Biggs, he isn't here. He went off in a different direction to lure off our pursuers away. It's me, Sid. Have you had any success? Track down Wedge? That's wonderful news. Now what of Biggs? I see. Well, hardly surprised me that the big fellow went off as he did. For all the tongue lashing he gives Wedge, he always taking care of him. I've scoured the area surrounding the Darkhold, but have nothing to show for it. At any rate, we know for a fact that Biggs headed west, with both Ida and Yeshua helping out. I'm sure he'll turn up soon. Now then, I'll make my way over to your position while keeping an eye out for Biggs. If memory serves, there should be an Ishgardian fortification not far to your west. Um, Momentum Tower, I believe it's called. Let us meet there. Dare I hope was that Master Garland you spoke with? After 5 long years, thank goodness he's alive. I'm feeling better now. Let's go to Monument Tower and wait for the chief to arrive. No. Keep beneficial to kill you first. Well, Matt, and welcome, adventurer. What brings you to the frozen corner of the realm? Oh, it seems your companion has caught a chill. Come and warm yourself by the fire, and I will bring you a hot broth. How are you feeling now? Then stay here as long as you need. The same goes for you, friend. Tis plain you have a hard journey ahead of you. You must find rest where you can. Oh, stopping by a campfire. I'm fine now, thanks to you, but I can't bear to think that Biggs is still all alone in the cove. The Guardian is on his heels. He lured the enemy away for my sake, and now he's suffering for it. I hate to have to rely on you again, but do you think you could search for Biggs? I haven't the slightest notion where he might be at the moment, but maybe, just maybe, the people here have seen something. A Rogadan gentleman dressed in the same manner as your companion. I'm sorry, but he did not come by here. Let me think of a moment. I would not raise your hopes unduly, but there is a cave situated a short distance to the south. We call it the Fury's Gaze, and it may be worth the while to investigate. Make this suggestion only because your friend seems like a selfless sort. Rather than drawing the enemy to this tower, mayhap he elected to pass us by. That actually do sound like me. Oh, that's bad luck. Oh, I'm gonna die. Yes. Mistakes were made. It should just took them all one by one. I got impatient. Up, up. Ah. Oh, that's so far. Well, no. Be less trouble just to teleport there outright and then travel there rather than just teleporting. Because I already got to go through this loading screen. Don't have to go through another one if I just teleport here. Wow, beat the quest by dying. Okay, I'm not complaining. Not in this area, well, that stands to reason, I suppose, seeing as he was trying to lure the Guardians away from me. But where within the vast sea of snow and ice could he be? We can't give up. We must find Biggs before he succumbs to the cold or is recaptured. There must be someone in this tower who can help us, even if it's only to tell us where else to look. Ask them for me, ask anyone who will listen, and hurry. Biggs' chance of survival goes slimmer by the moment. Why is all the towers in this region are so tall? Yep, wrong one. Your friend is lost in the wilderness, you say? If he is not to be found around here or in the vicinity of Darkhold, it is the possible he made for a Wyvern. To reach it, one must travel through Danfin Pass, with the southern end of which lies to the north and east of here. While I make no guarantee that your search will bear fruit, it is surely better than worrying in idleness. I wish you luck. Oh, and one more thing. Do you tread warily when you climb the stairs here? Not a moon ago, I nearly broke my neck when I slipped and took a tumble. You should have broke it with all these stairs. Good gosh. This one looks better than the other one. Oh, no, that's... okay. Never mind. Haven't died from fall damage yet. If that comes in the update, I'll be seriously upset, though. Or to take you back, dead or alive. Which will it be, engineer? Why don't you come and find out, Tinhead? Ah, it's well that you are here. The situation is grave. Biggs is in a bad way. We need to do something right now. Eos has the right of it. He will perish if we delay. With me. He's not alone. Kill them all. Wouldn't it have been smart just to shoot him right while he was right there? Well, that was easy enough. My thanks. Another moment and I would have... Has He has been too long in the cold. We must find shelter for him. Monument Tower, you say? Very well. You and I shall bear him there with all haste. Sid would be so happy to see you, Biggs and Wedge again. I love reunions. You should love that they're alive more than you love reuniting them. I cannot thank you enough, and the same goes for the rest of you. Thank you all so much. Oh, don't mention it. We are a family, are we not? Well, yes. It's just. I didn't think I'd ever see him again. I owe the lot of you my life, and you saved Wedge too. I'm losing count on how many I owe you. Biggs, Wedges, God, it's good to see the two of you again. Chief, it's you. It's really you. In our hearts, we knew you were still alive, but it's finally to finally see you in the flesh. When Alphanod told me of the raid on the Wicked Set, I feared the worst would happen. The enemy struck with mere of a warning, and we didn't stand a chance. Wedge and I were in the workshop when they came. Before we knew what was happening, the Imperials had us at gunpoint. It must have been awful. There's one thing I don't understand though. How did the Guardians get there so fast? I mean, the Immortal Flames should have seen them coming, right? I myself have asked the same question that day when I returned to the carnage at the Waking Sand. I noted not a miss in horizon, nothing at all to suggest the passing of an Imperial force. From this, I conclude that the Guardians came neither by land nor by air. Nay, they were born there by potent teleportation magics of the kind used by the arsons. Carry on. We were bound and blindfolded, bundled into the cargo bay of a waiting airship. I can't really say how long we were aboard, but when the time came for us to disembark, we found ourselves in the midst of an Imperial stronghold, Castrum Sentry. Upon arrival, we were marched off into the main complex. Biggs and I were thrown into a detainment cell together. Nephilia and the others were taken elsewhere. That was the last we heard of them. Castrum Sentry. What happened next? Well, we were held in isolation for what felt like years, but was probably moons, or maybe only weeks. And then, without warning, the Imperials collected the pair of us and put us on another vessel, which we found out was bound to Garlemald. Much to our dread, we knew that if we were taken back there, we were likely to leave again. So, risky though it was, we sabotaged the ship altitude control and thereby forced an emergency landing. And in the midst of the ensuing chaos, we managed to slip our captors. The rest, as they say, is history. If I didn't know better, I'd call that a likely story. Sabotaging the altitude controls of an airborne vessel, that will have been Biggs' handiwork, like as not. You always were resourceful in a tight spot, my friend. Thank you for returning my dear assistance to me. It would seem I owe you another debt of gratitude. There are still many questions in my mind, but the answers can't wait. Mephilia and the others still want for rescue. Alright, Eli. Garland Ironworks is back in business. Let's go and give the Imperials what's for. Hurrah! Hurrah! Not you. Not you. Yes, you. Thanks to you, Biggs and Wedge are with us again. Now we must find a way to rescue Mephilia and the others. God, no, we've kept them waiting too long already. Besides, on what we learned, I believe it is safe to say they're being held at Castrum Sentry. So let us convey at Revan's, Toll, and Mordon. 'Tis as good as a place at any to prepare, and better than most. The road leading east and south will get you there. When we arrive, let us seek the advice of local adventurers. We're bound to learn a thing or two that will benefit our mission. I'm banning on you going to the same place I am. Following behind you, I'm not going to get attacked. Oh, I can see his achievement too. I think I've already been here. Yeah. Well, my friend, what brings you to Revenant's Toll? Did I hear you rightly? Your friends are being held captive at Castro Sentry, and you want to rescue them? I don't mean to discourage you, but that might be difficult. The stronghold has been on high alert of late, with armed patrols seen about the perimeter around the clock. Not even a fly could get within 100 yards of the wall undetected. The Guardians were alerted to our comings. We cannot know what they will do to me and the others. We must act with the greatest stealth. Aye, it was to be good old-fashioned infantry. But the security was so tight, how are we going to smuggle ourselves in? Why, I've in mind to walk through the front door. Huh, the front door? Aye, we'll disguise ourselves as Imperial troops and march right in. For this, we'll need a few sets of Imperial uniforms, a suit of Magitech armor, and impeccable timing. That's a bold strategy, but it just might work. Where we are, there's certainly no shortage of opportunities to borrow the equipment. Knowing the Imperial, they won't even suspect that we established Eorzeans would think to use their technology. Then it's settled. If you determine to go ahead with this, I recommend you speak with Galmont. The fellow got a personal grudge against the Imperial Empire and happens to know a deal about Castro Sentries besides. I have no doubt that he wants to be evade. Yida and I shall go to reconter Galleon activity at the stronghold. It would not do if something were to befall our comrades before we had the chance to act. Come and join us when you're ready. Let's do this. I can't read today. Good gosh. Sometimes I wonder, Yada, are there ever times when you are not enthused? I'm nothing if not enthusiastic, and you're beginning to remind me of Paplamia. Looking for Gamma, are you? Well, you found him. Whoever you are. You looking to get inside Castro Sentry and you need my help? Yeah, something tells me you're gonna get along just fine. So you have friends at Castro Sentry. What want for a rescue? That Selfborn knows me too well. Hey, you can count me my help. I've got a score to settle with the Imperials, and I never pass on an opportunity to get back at the Suns. But enough about me. Let's talk strategy. Rescuing folks from captivity, right? Delicate business. A single oversight, just one little blunder, and it's all over. You can't leave any room for uncertainty. For starters, you need to confirm beyond the shadow of a doubt that your friends where you think they are. You don't want to risk your neck only to discover they've been moved elsewhere. But how can you find out? You ask by following these instructions. If you approach Sentry from the east, you'll see a swampland to your left called the Tangle. Get in there, never mind all the mobiles, and navigate your way to the southwestern corner. You come upon some drainage pipes coming down from the stronghold. Don't ask me how I know, but one of them leads back up to the command tower. If you listen closely, might be as you can eavesdrop on some of the happenings within. Once we know for certain your friends there, we'll move to the next stage of the operation. Now get going and Godspeed. I'm getting lucky with this unicorn summon. And I'm heading completely the wrong way. It's even on the map. It's actually pretty cool. All of them are huge. The faint sound of conversations echoes down the pipe. What of the captive? Does she still refuse to speak? She may as well be deaf mute for all the information we gotten out of her. The others aren't much better. The Elzen gets on my nerves most of all. Every time she opens his mouth is only a spout gibberish. I do wonder, why is the Tribunus so obsessed with this Minfilia woman? They say she possesses some mystical power, something we Garleans don't have. Mystical powers, like the kind of the beastmen use? How am I supposed to know, to bloody know? If you so curious, why don't you ask the Tribunus her yourself? As well, try to tumble her. I like my head where it is. Thank you very much. Our break is over. Best we get back to our stations. That was completely useless. All we know is they don't talk. I'm going the wrong way. It's good to see you again. I've got, given the understanding you have conducted some reconnaissance. Tell me, what were you able to learn? Something and the others are indeed in Caspero Sentry. Their presence thus confirmed. We may proceed with the mission. While you were afield, Sid took the liberty of diversing a plan of action. Pray have the details from him. Good work. As Alphaned has already told you, we plotted out a course for the rescue. The gist of it is unchanged. We disguise ourselves as Imperial soldiers and infiltrate the stronghold. Gilman is looking into ways to procure a suit of Magitech armor. In the meantime, I need your assistance for some preparation of my own. Nafee and the others are counting on us. Let us not keep them waiting any longer than necessary. While Gim goes about devising his plan, we need to see to some preparation of our own. It wouldn't do if the Imperials were to discover that they are short on armor. To prevent this from happening, I'm going to put together a makeshift communication jamming device. The explanation is like to get a bit technical, so bear with me. Imperial forces communicate at a this via electrical magnetic waves. Simply put it, voices are born upon etheric lightning energy that permeates the air. Good gosh. Now, the hill-sized cluster of corrupted crystals to the west have been observed to amplify the self-same energy. By making use of this property, we should be able to drown out imperial voices. To ensure that we have enough amplification, we must identify the most potent crystals among the cluster. For this, I need you to go there and use this device to take readings. I'll mark the likely places on your map. Oh, and just so you know, plasmoids are drawn to lightning energy. Don't be surprised if you run into a few. At least I have practiced knowing how to take care of crystals. What's that quest for? Completely went the wrong way. Keep going the wrong way too. What is even out that way? Let's not get caught by a giant frog. Oh, it's up. I'm expecting 2 out of the 5 to be enemy based. Yeah, I'm guessing it's this one. Yep. Oh, it's 3 of them. Someone in the house got taken. You have the ratings? Excellent. Here, let me see those new numbers. It's four of these crystals should suit our purpose, though I pray that we won't have the need to their power. No thanks. Death and subterfuge are how we will free our friends. I have every confidence you can play the part of an agreeable soldier. Okay. Well, that's completely useless. Clean the wax out your old ears now, because there's something I want you to do by way of preparation. The plan is to have you enter the Castle Sentry all decked out in Imperial dust by a disguise. It's more than just the clothes you wear. You also gotta act the part. At the very least, you need to know how to perform convince the Imperial salute. First impress everything as they say. I could teach you the salute myself, of course, but it's best you learned it from the experts. So get yourself near as you dare as Castle Sentry and watch the Imperials doing what they do. I'm guessing someone having fun with their mech. Why is it so far? Oh, I just ran by him without him taking notice. I can't, like, just strip these two while I'm at it. Nothing to report, sir. We have received an anonymous warning that insurgent forces are near. We must redouble our vigilance. I shall recommend that patrol be increased. Yeah, I'm not gonna find my way out of this. Yeah. It's crystal on out. Okay, let's do this. So did you manage to learn an Imperial salute? No. Best you don't demonstrate. I'm liable to fly into a rage and crack some skulls. I'll just take your word for it. You're called. Yes, I've heard of your plight from my friend Gamma. As a fellow adventurer and son of Leozia Bone, I would offer you my assistance. In order to infiltrate Castrom Sentry, you and your comrades must disguise yourself as Imperial soldiers. The question is how to go about acquiring the uniform and helps. There are places a man might purchase them, but individuals who deal in such wares are not the sort to whom you would entrust your secrets. It would be more prudent, I believe, to procure what you need via traditional means, from the bodies of the recently deceased owners. The fortified area before Castle Sentry never lacks for Imperial patrols. That'll not take long to obtain 3 sets of gear, one for each member of the infiltration team, Biggs, Wedge, and yourself. When you have what you need, please return here and allow me to inspect the spoils. I could have just waited in the wait. I could have just took the 2 uniforms that came and attacked me earlier. That would have been just better. Oh, don't goof. Don't goof. Were you able to obtain 3 sets of Imperial equipment? Damage as I had suspected, and their present condition, I fear these uniforms and helms are like to draw suspicion. They must be repaired only superficially. Fortunately, the blacksmith engraved at the Diamond Forge in Warna's house of splendors should be able to hammer them into shape in no time. I have already sent word ahead and have been assured that he is expecting you. Worry not, we have already impressed upon him the need of utmost secrecy as the nature of your mission. I really need to get a job discipline at the hand. So you the adventurer Sark Malark saying, are you? I have been waiting for you. Now let's see what you got for me. I see. Yes, I reckon I can hammer these back into shape for you. After all, I owe you friend Sark Malark a favor or two. Too good care of old Ingolf back in the day, back before I fell in the with all what I needed. Do you know he's the son of one of the wealthiest families in the Sultan? Wouldn't expect someone like that to end up in the life he did, but I suppose he always felt the adventure and life calling him. But here I go blabbing on when there's work to be done. Just hold your horse birds, for a moment, and two, and the great Angel will have your gear looking good as new. Looking through tables, yeah, boy. And there we have it. Won't do you much good to in battle, mind you, but from what I hear, that's not your priority anyhow. Send Sark Mohawk my regards, will you? Nice set of dubs. This unicorn's coming out. Have you had the uniform sounds repaired? Yes, these serve beautifully. The great England never fails to impress. The quality of these repairs will fool even a legitist that's equipped. You should not have any trouble blending in amongst the Imperial forces. Lest you fear that the Garlands might detect your foreignness, and in fact form the greater part of Garland invasion forces in Eorzea. You see, when the Empire suggests new territory, it assimilates the people of that land into the armed forces, and in turn, these conscripted forces are sent to subject faraway lands. And this way, Garland Man nips rebellion in the bud and expands its territory in one fell swoop. With that, my part in your mission is done. I'm full glad to have been of assistance to your cause. Why would I, a wealthy merchant, wish to help you? I know not where you heard such a tale, but believe me when I say that I am but another humble adventurer, one who desire only to act in the best interests of the realm. Good work getting them Imperial dogs. You'll be pleased to hear I ain't been idle myself. I took it took me long enough, but I finally hatched a plan to get us a suit of magic armor. Now, from what I've seen, Cashman Sentry deploys a Reaper for most of his patrols. Trouble is, the patrols themselves are irregular, meaning random routes and random deployments, and hardly any of them come anywhere near Raven's Troll. So, hoping to clue the Imperials out of their shells, I took the liberty of feeding them a bit of false intelligence. Told them intelligence had disguise designed on their stronghold. Tate far from north now. I would come to think of it. Anyway, we should start seeing more patrols than we have up till now. What you need to do is approach one of these patrols dressed up in your shiny tin suit and alert them to enemy presence. Having done that, you'll want to lure them as near as Reverend told as you can. Like as not, though, they'll be worried Ventura far from their own boss. If they do need a bit of extra encouragement, use the smoke signal hill. Flesh fresh from the Imperial Scouts, they come running when they see it. And when the cavalry arrives, you hit them hard and make all off with their Reapers. Simple as that. If I ain't mistaken, the patrol's sweeping the perimeter right now, so run along. Oh, don't forget the salute. So I think I need you. I still have like bright yellow pants on too. Carry on, soldier. Soldiers gathering to the east, you say? Judging by your description, they are well beyond the perimeter, but I will not have it said that I was remiss. You return to the scene and keep an eye out. All those soldiers should out go where use your smoke signal to call us. Do I still need to be wearing armor? I guess not. Hope you don't mind me joining. Seeing as we're seizing advanced weaponry, I thought it was best to be on hand. Ah, there she is. This is the boys, but where's the enemy? Sir, over there. Send in the Reaper. Let us make an example of these insurgents. I'm gonna do some fighting. Easy. Beats me dying early. At last, our very own suit of Magitech armor. Not wishing to look a gift chocobo in the beak, it does seem rather the worst of four wear, doesn't it? Biggs, what's your honest assessment? Well, there's the fact that she's smoking, of course, but looking past that, I say she was structurally sound. I don't like the way these legs are buckled. I hate to say this, but the servo mechanism made me damage. Yeah, but aren't those things protected by a thick armor plate? They are, yes. It's odd the chasing doesn't seem to have taken a blow. I suspect we're dealing with a faulty part. Well, whatever it is we're dealing with, we're not resting until it's fixed. Not 1 week of sleep. We got that, Wretch. Oh, heart chocobo. I heard that. A hall has been set aside for our use in Revenant Soul. That's where we'll carry out the repairs. Look for us there. Is it still in driving condition? Yeah, apparently so. It's limping though. Pimping back into town. Well, that didn't work. Just trying to hop on the trail back up here. Magitech armor. Sid and the others took us inside. Go on and join them. We now had time to take a closer look at the Reaper. Our primary diagnosis was correct. She's structurally sound, but has servo mechanism is faulty. We needn't worry though. Biggs and Wedge will see her restored to her former glory in no time at all. Give those two some to mend, and they will think of not us till the job is done. 'Tis a marvelous thing to behold, provided you mind them to visit the privy. Does that actually benefit me? Nope. Repairs are proceeding apace. It shouldn't be long now before Biggs and Wedge complete their work. There is, however, one small problem. As you may recall, the Mecha's servo mechanism was discovered to be faulty. Wedge had subsequently centered the Magicat's core, which drives it, is worn beyond use. Such cores are rather fragile devices, which must be replaced at regular intervals. Thanks to the negligence of the Imperial colleagues, however, the one used in this Reaper has long overdue. Alas, we do not have access to a ready replacement here in Mordana, but all is not lost. Wedge thinks he may have identified an alternative solution. Go and see him, will you? He has explained the details to you. As I believe the Sheev has already informed you, the Magitech core is worn beyond use. We need to find a replacement. I thought about having you operate more Reapers, but even if the Dunderhead maintenance engineers of Contra Century had remembered to replace their cores, we would risk arousing Imperial suspicion. But do not despair, for I believe there is a solution. To substitute the Magitech core for a Moment Heart. In case you don't know, Moment Hearts can be used to grade sentience to automation. By my reckoning, such a device should be more than capable of regulating the armor's servo mechanism. We'll just need to make some minor modification to the housing unit. I've already placed an order for a first-rate Moment Heart with the Goldsmith build. All that remains is for someone to go to Uda and collect it. Oh, and it paid for it. Did I mention how much they cost? No. Well, they typically cost something in the order of. I hope you don't mind footing the bill. It is for a good cause. I mean, I haven't been spending my money anyway, so you just lucky. Why did I walk out? I could have just teleported. I feel like I could get cheated also since he didn't specify the bill. Good old Goldsmith. Goldsmith. Hello there. Come to collect a member's heart, you say? Then you must be here on behalf of the grounds of our work. I've taken the liberty of picking the finest example. We have a heart fit for a prince among the mermaids. Payment? Oh, that won't be necessary. The heart is for Master Alfoon's personal use. After all, he notified us a short while ago that his servant would be coming to collect it. Tender in years though he may be, Master Alphanad has been a benefactor of our since my predecessor's time. The Goldsmiths Guild wouldn't dream of charging him. But here is the Murmur's heart. May I serve you well? Oh, and please do pass on my compliments to your master. Well, that you know, that works out for me. I didn't have to pay money. Clearly, he set me up. Let's go in. Blah blah blah. Seriously. Do you have the memory hack? I can't wait to see if it works. Alright, thank you so much. But this is magnificent. It must have cost an emperor's ransom. Free of charge, courtesy of Alphanad, coming from an imperial family certainly has its advantages. But without further ado, let's give it a try. I've already modified the housing unit, so it should slot right in. There, she's ready. Magitech armor engage. Or not. She just needs a loving tap. Well, wager. I'll wager. That's some love tap. Yeah, she's alive. Let's take her outside and put her through her paces. Would you care to do the honors? Hop into the pilot seat. We'll begin as soon as you're ready. First, I'd like you to climb that tangle of crystals yonder as far as up as you can go, if you please. Oh, if for some reason you need to dismount, simply come back here and we'll start again. This thing is pretty nice, honestly. No anomalies movement evident from either leg. The next jump back down and then sprint north quickly as you can. I thought it was going to give me some like sprint feature. That would have been nice. Well, it said sprint north. Oh, I done goofed. Don't you move, Nyx. Like just observing all impact without incident. Excellent. Please make your way back here. The torso remains stable during vigorous motion. Excellent. And that concludes our task. Thank you for your cooperation. Here is a summary of my findings. The drivetrain is in sound condition. With some fine-tuning, we can expect a noticeable improvement in performance. As for the servo mechanism, I'm afraid it's not nearly as responsive as it should be, and I am at a loss to explain why. The moment's heart is in pristine condition and should be installed correctly. Perhaps the inner workings are simply too different to operate harmoniously with the armor and other machinery. Whereas Magitech cores serve only the conduct impulse moment's heart and enable automata to process the information collected by the sensors as feelings. Maybe she just doesn't feel like part of the team, in which case you should all do our best to make her feel welcome. Do I have to fight this thing? Draft as it felt, I gave it my best. I've welcomed myself to a bloody standstill. What were you expecting to do anyway, Bob? As a curtsy? No doubt we're wondering why the servo mechanism is so important as to warrant this silliness. Without it, the pilot would be required to control the armor every movement manually. This would be an onerous task at the best of times and wholly impractical during battle. Using the moment heart in place of the warm Magitech core seemed a promising solution. Alas, the device does not appear to be compatible with Garland technology. Wedge, are there no other way we might demonstrate an application to our friend here? I'm at my wit's end, Chief. She just doesn't seem convinced. We could try a little dance, mayhap, or cheer our heads off. Imperials, they came for the armor. Dang, they have us cornered. There's the Reaper. Taken by the traitor, Garland. And is that the Econ Slayer? Oh, blocks. Call for reinforcements. We look at the stolen Reaper requesting immediate assistance. Respond. Respond. It's no use, sir. There's some sort of interference. Curse you, Garland. No matter. If we can't reclaim it, destroy it. Why can't I have one of those? Protect the armor at all costs. Chief, look, she's moved. Ah, now she designs to grace us with her presence. Looks like, look as a good while, but we're finally ready. It's time to infiltrate the Castrum Sentry and rescue our comrades. Commands. Technically, it's right. There, the finishing touches. That is good and noticeable. The server mechanism is now fully functional, and all it took was a simple fight to the death. Remind me not to install a Murmithai aboard the Enterprise, wouldn't you? Much as I love her, I would rather not be required to profess it before boarding. But enough of that. Let us see to our final preparations. Thanks to Biggs and Wedge, the Reaper is as good as new. We are as prepared as we would like to get. How go your preparations? We leave as soon as we are ready. Government, you came? I thought I'd give you all a run and send off. 'Tis the last I can do for you, the fine men and women that are about to make a lifelong wish come true. We'll do our best. It occurs to me, for all the help you've afforded us, we know little or less about you. What did the Emperor do to earn your ear? Ah, but I fear I've put a curiosity before consideration. I quite understand if you'd rather not relive those memories. No, I don't mind. Really, truth be told, a part of me was itching to tell you my tale. Mind you, 'tis hardly novel. Ain't the first to suffer at Imperial hands. Like most folk, I used to have a mother. She was a sweet, caring woman with a smile never far from her face. There was a sister too, pretty little thing she was, gentle as a lamb, but tough as nails. We were poor folk living simple lives, but we knew happiness just the same. And then the Imperials came and took all that away. When Almahigo fell, they put my family in a camp. When a lad, I was made to do hard labor, while my mother and sister were forced to do far worse. They hid their suffering from me as best they could, but I knew, and I thought of it drove me mad. We had to escape, so I hatched a plan to get us out of the city. We were picking our way around the garage, not far outside the walls, when they caught up with us. And rather than allow them to be taken again, my mother and sister leaped over the edge before my very eyes. Heartbroken as I was, I didn't put up a fight when the Imperials clapped me in chains and dragged me back. For some years after that, I escaped again, and that time I got away. I swore then that I get revenge on the Empire and become an adventurer so as to hone my skills and earn the coin I needed. But nigh on 2 decades since gone by, and whatever I achieve, bugger all that. What? Not like you lot. You ain't been here 10 minutes and you've already done more I managed in 10 bloody years. You give us too much credit, Gama. We seek only to rescue our friends. Well, that's more important than that. In any road, after you got your friends back, you're planning to go after the Empire, and don't pretend you ain't. I've helped a few folks take on the Empires over the years, and every time I have, it's helped stave off my appetite for revenge. But something tells me I won't be going hungry for a while. What with everything you've got planned, and you are sure that will satisfy you. If you wish to strike back at the Empire with your own hands, you need only say the word. We'd be glad to have you with us. Tempting though your offer is, I'm afraid I must decline. I swore I'd get revenge on the Empire, 'tis true, but I've long since realized that the front lines are no place for men like me. There's some as would call me cavern, but I prefer to think of myself as a realist. My talent lie in scheming, you see, not swordplay. Helping folk like you is how I can make the most difference. But that is quite enough storytelling for one day. Best not keep your friends waiting any longer. I'll be praying for you safety, any success. May Raga give you strength. That's one story, man. Wherever the Empire goes, misery inevitable follows in its wake. For the sake of all who call Eorzea home, we must put an end to Gal's ambitions. But first, we have friends to rescue. Biggs, Wedge, and I will lie in wait east of Castrum Sentry, just outside the Stronghold Patrol perimeter. Join us when you're ready. Oh, and don't forget to wear your disguise, or this will be the shortest rescue mission in history. Forgive me for saying so, but you look rather fine in Imperial black and crimson. Definitely your colors. But now it's not the time for the duets. Nah, don't like that helmet at all. Let's review the infiltration plan. Castrum Sentry lies just beyond. A short while ago, the Imperial Patrol left to do its rounds. Alphanad and I will create diversion out here and keep them occupied as long as we are able. Meanwhile, the three of you will enter the stronghold, posing as the patrol returning from duty. Should Alphanad and I prove less distracting than Hold, I will contact you via Link Pearl. Be ready to be a hasty retreat. He is very skilled at that. Wedge will lead the way, and the Reaper stay close to him. And I hardly need to tell you this, but don't do anything suspicious. Oh, and unless You wonder, Yiga and Yeshua left shortly before you arrived. We had planned that they should linger in the vicinity to cover our retreat in the event AlphaNet and my retreat attracted too much attention, but the approach of an Imperial vehicle forced us to improvise. Don't be too disappointed that I did at least leave you a message for you. Something along the lines of "Don't do anything reckless," if my memory serves wise words. Alright, the Imperial Patrol should be returning at any moment now. You best be off. Good luck. May the Tall keep you. They should have gave me Imperial pants, dude, because I'm just wearing bright yellow.
You have spirit. That I will allow. Yet you struggle to the benefit of none, least of all, yourself. This echo of yours intrigues us. We desire only to understand it, and for that we need your help. You wish to be rid of the Icons, do you not? You would have saved yourself a great deal of torment had you accepted our aid from the beginning. Tell me everything, and I shall end it quickly. Refuse, and though you beg for death, you shall not have it. Which will it be? As you wish, my dear Minfilia. Unpleasant though it will be for all concerned, you leave us no choice but to employ more rigorous methods of study. Be so kind as to deliver the prisoners to Castrum Meridianum.
Yes, milady.
Do I need to just like salute everyone? Oh, my apologies. I didn't notice you there. So engrossed with I and my task, you've been engrossed to had the tribunus command you to arrange for the prisoners to be transported. What prisoners do I speak of? You mean you haven't heard? The only infamous scions of the Seventh Dawn, captured by the tribunus herself. If you don't believe me, have a look in the storage tower when next you pass that way. Well, do I need to talk to anyone else? That's a fine salute. Part of the maintenance crew from Arsedans, are you? Welcome to Castrum Sentry, Engineer. What? Prisoners? Ah, you heard the rumors. Then yes, they are being held in the storage tower, but I strongly suggest you pay no mind. You were summoned here to work, not to gawk at Eosian's defeated heroes. Now, show a bit of enthusiasm and I'll have you rewarded. Oh, they even have lazy people in. Greetings, comrade. Forgive me for asking, but you haven't visited Storage Tower recently, have you? I only asked because I dropped something in there, and oh, who am I fooling? I've fallen for one of those prisons, alright. I just say, you know the one, I mean, the seventh blonde? Goodness no. It's the lollipop lass I'm swimming with. She's so adorable it hurts. I want to sweep her up into my arms and squeeze her till my arms ache. What do you reckon it would take to convince the Centurion to lend me the key so I can see her? Well, only one person. What's this? You need access to the show star? This is heavy there. At the Chinese behest, you say? This is highly irregular, but it would not do to make my lady worth. Take my identification key, see that it is returned, your errand is concluded. Wow, he actually believed that. I would never. Security tight, just as we expected. We are going to need a special key if we're going to want to get past the bulkhead. Why do we need... What? Shouldn't there be a regular sized door? Why is every door huge? And the rest thinking that they're safe. Somewhat safe. I'm the one you want, leave the others be. If you harm my friends, I swear I shall take my own life, and you shall answer to your mistress. Taru, we must do something. We must see letting the entire Castron over here. Aye, you're right. We may not be getting a better chance. This is the third squadron. What is it? A Reaper? Sees? When? And this came to light only now? The culprits will have left a trail. Take as many men as you need to scour the area. I want that Reaper found. Now's our chance. What the? Strike my last. Eliminate the intruders. Doesn't help that I'm wearing this uniform. It wasn't too bad. I was so scared. I was of you to come here. You might have been killed. But thank you. I shudder to think what might have happened had you not arrived when you did. I say, did you not see Thinkard anywhere? I am beginning to fear for the fellow. To linger here shall yield us no answers. Let us away ere the window to our liberty closes shut. What did you say? Escaped? Then we captured them. Phil, and I shall have your head. And what have we here? The Tribunus herself, just as you said, you have the eye of an Armin, yeah, Ida? Well, she kind of hard to miss, and that showy armor of hers. Accursed Scions, how did you slip our defenses? With an unexpected ease, if truth be told. There's chance to be a commotion outside the castrum's wall, which allowed us to avail ourselves of the comfort of your vehicle. Mishral, just being polite, that was one of the most uncomfortable things I've ever stowed away in, and it's no wonder it's called the Phantom Train. No, passengers would be seen dead on it. So you scuttled in amidst the freight, like the vermin yard. I shall be sure to have a word with the recapture. Such negligence is unforgivable. That is far from your most pressing concern. First, you must answer for your own wrongdoings. Leave us, Sajunus. Twas you who led the raid on the waking sand, you who butchered and armed men and women for the crimes of being unworthy of capture. You killed our friends, we will never forgive you. Nor shall we suffer you to plague Eozer a day longer. We take you to your guard. More intruders, protect the Tribunus. Confounded, Ida, with me. After them. Where is His Excellence? And the hanger, my lady, in discussion with our guest. I want him at once. Yes, my lady. No, 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 no. There they are. Fan out and surround them. Must protect Hatcher Biggs. I'm going to see everyone to safety. No, Wedge. Don't do it. Oh no. Hold them off. I'll take after Nephilia and Tetru. First of all, I'm changing out of this armor. There's no need for me to wear it anymore. Oh, that's not gonna work. Oh, this is an Arcanist. Okay. Green gets shield must be there. Generator. How near is near? Oh, okay. Didn't try to use that, but okay. Ah, another thing. Why'd you come out? That was the most singlest dumb idea you ever had. Oh, there's a separate one. Over here. Okay, if y'all can make Colossus, why don't y'all have more of them? That seems like a big thing. Another generator. Oh no, there's no generator. Why wasn't I doing damage then?
Take the leader, kill the rest. What the?
Impeccable timing.
The Astola! Pray, forgive us our delay.
Popolino, Minfilia.
Ida!
What took you so long?
Why are you badgering
Well,
there?
it's nice to see you too.
The reunion must wait.
Right. First things first.
Yes, let's get back to being heavily outnumbered.
You ditched your Magitech armor. Fool of a Lalafell!
Well, excuse me. She's all yours if you think you can do any better.
Kinda want that armor.
But there's no one in there.
That's a good chance to ambush
This is
them.
Sid. Can you hear me? I need you to count to 5, then jump.
One, 2,
3,
4.
No 5. Okay, just jump.
I know not which is more pitiful, the charlatans who rule Eorzea, or the masses that clamor for their implausible panaceas. I see that which they cannot. This realm founders for want of a ruler with true power. The power to cast down icons. If you continue to deny this truth, it is the people who will suffer. Embrace reason.
Was that a
What
barely
in the
miss
seven
or?
hells? Oh no. It's here.
12 preserve us. They finished it. Ultima weapon.
So it has a name.
It is a relic of ancient Alag, excavated from its resting place deep beneath Alamigo. The Alagans used it to crush primal and foe alike, and now the Garleans mean to do the same.
Damn you, Gaius! Look! There, beside the Black Wolf. An Ascian. An overlord, no less. His garb attests to that.
La Habrea. It could only be him.
I would never have guessed that name. Thancred?
Thancred! He was La Habrea? No. No, this cannot be!
We have to go now!
Thancred! No!
That explains where he went. Definitely possessed, though.
All that time, the enemy was beside me, and I never even suspected. And to think that it was I who suggested that Thancred investigate the Ascians. How could I have been so blind? Small wonder the enemy knew our every move, and where to find us. Confound it all! No, this is not the time for self-doubt. The Alliance leaders stake their hopes on the Scions, but now they believe us all dead or missing. When they learn of the Empire's new weapon, we cannot be certain what they will do. We must go and offer them what assurances we can that defeat is not inevitable.
Cryle, this is Minthelia.
The situation
I
may
am
have
in
taken
some
an
haste,
ill
so
turn,
forgive me if I seem brusque.
but the
item
battle
I
is far
requested.
from over.
Is it ready?
And so long as we stand together,
Wonderful.
there shall
I'm
ever
sorry
be
to
hope
press,
of
but
victory.
we need it urgently.
The
How
people of
soon can it be
Eorzea
delivered?
falter for want of such hope. Let
I am
us
in your
provide
debt,
it.
my friend.
Let us bear to them the tidings that the Scions of the Seventh Dawn are returned. Matters are coming to a head. I hope we can count on you.
Nope.
My regards to grandfather. I am ready. Let us pay a visit to the Council of the Alliance leadership.
Take the Black Wolf and his new toy. Rally all available forces. I want them ready to move upon my word. And relay to Selvazian the order to sail. That is all. The Maelstrom stands ready, wood of the flames. Ready as we're like to be. And he only give the world to Rael. Has there been no word from the Ishgard? None. The dragons have got their tongues. Silent to the last. I was unaware to hope for the better. What would stir the Archbishop to open his holy mouth, if not this? And he claims the fury for the god 'tis bad comedy. The Holy See has made its choice. We will proceed without its cooperation. I believe we are all acquainted with the term of the Black Wolves Ultima. We must agree upon a course of action, not less than the fate of Eorzea hang upon the decision of the Council. Von Basilar claims to wield the power of Tasmai Primus. Should we yield to him, he pledges to rid the realm of its false gods, yet offer resistance. He swears that we shall share the Primal's fates. Pardon me my bluntness, but I like not these choices. This is too great of a decision for any one of our nations to make alone. Choose we surrender or resistance, we must answer as one, for if but one surrender and rest shall surely fall. Let us pray for the wisdom to do right by all our peoples. Thinker plight troubles us all, yet we cannot allow anything to come between us and our goals. So long as the ultimate weapon exists, Eorzea will never know peace. Let us go to the Alliance leaders and help them make the right decision. The feeling is greatly grim tidings. It seems the word of ultimate weapon existence has already reached the Alliance leaders in the form of the ultimatum. They have gathered the fragment chamber and are deliberating their answers even as we speak. Dear God, as they are, I fear they may well elect to lay down their arms in the belief that surrender will spare their people untold suffering, yet nothing could be further from the truth. That which the black sheep offer, which the black wolf offer, will doom Eorzea, not deliver it, and the leader must be made aware of this. Let us hurry to them and ensure that they do not act in ignorance of the consequences. Because our last leash is strangely in progress, in the fragment chamber, I must ask you to step away from the red metal. I'm sorry, you're here on behalf of Science Everdon, 1,000 pardons, my lady. Of course you may enter.
We keep treading the same ground.
Van Belsar's demands are clear. Alas, our minds are not.
I've never been one to shy from a fight, but if this weapon of theirs can do all they claim...
It has been 5 years since the calamity, and our people have scarce begun to rebuild their lives. Can we now, in good conscience, call upon them to risk what little they have left? I would spare them the pain of further conflict. Conflict, I say, though that would imply forces set in opposition. If the combined might of 3 primals could not stay Garlemald's new terror, what meaningful resistance can we offer? We who struggle to quell the foes who rise up within our own borders.
Long have we fought the primals, but to what end? We strike them down at no small cost, only for them to rise again and again. Are we to play this profitless game for the rest of days? I, for one, grow tired of it. Mistake me not. I do not propose to trade one tyranny for another. I love liberty. But conciliation need not mean oppression.
By the 12, though neither of you cried surrender, your every word betokened it. Not that I deny there is truth in what you say, nor can I rightly claim that Ul'dah is ready to fight. Refugees flood our gates, and beastmen swarm our land, while the great and the good do nothing. My flames struggle to bear the burden. I put on a grand show at the Remembrance Service, made all manner of lofty promises. I've made good on not a bloody one.
Do not blame yourself, Raubahn. You said only that which the people needed to hear. All present have done the same. Our citizens had become lost to hope. If our words serve to kindle it in them anew, better we speak than remain silent. Our enemy condemns us for failing our people. Yet what does he care for their well-being? While we labored to rebuild their lives, the Black Wolf built instruments of murder with which to end them.
Her Majesty speaks true. For all our failings, the people's well-being has ever been our foremost priority. While none among us ever doubted that the Empire would one day resume its war, we scarcely had means enough to solve the problems of the present.
Aye, which is why we look to others to safeguard our future. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Alas, they are gone, and the Black Wolf is at our door.
Admiral! I fear you are mistaken.
Alphinaud? Minfilia? And 7 hells! Master Garland?
And you, dear friend.
By Ralga, you're alive. All of you.
As we approached, I would swear I heard talk of surrender. But I know that cannot be. It is not the Eorzean way.
Hear me, my friends. Accepting the Garleans' offer to vanquish the Primals would be folly. Folly, I say. For might is not the answer to the Primal threat. Indeed, the more the Empire exerts its strength, the worse matters will become. Primals enter this world when mortals call upon them, and mortals are wont to appeal to a higher power when they are desperate. Nothing is more certain to breed desperation in the beast tribes than the Garleans' proposed solution.
The true answer lies in a lasting peace. But the Garleans only know war and conquest. Should Eorzea fall into their hands, there will be such suffering as none can imagine.
We are not blind to the many challenges that each of your nations face. Yet you must not give in.
Aye. Remember 5 years ago when you wagered all for the sake of the realm? Remember what you fought for, what you were willing to die for. Let the memories rekindle the fire in your heart, for Eorzea has need of it again.
Come what may, we Scions will never give up the fight. And so I bid you stand with us, and together we shall safeguard the future of the realm.
A great man once said that a shrewd merchant grasps not for the quick profit, but invests in the future. Wise words, eh, Raoban?
Cid,
Your words stir and shame me in equal measure. How could I contemplate surrender? I know full well that all we have, we owe to the sacrifices of those who went before us. Yet the seeming hopelessness of our plight robbed me of my insight. We Gridanians have no love for war, yet we have still less for those who would threaten our homeland. Ever have we fought to protect those things we hold dear, and this shall never change. Gridania will go to war. We will fight the Empire, for the sake of the realm and all who abide here.
Very creepy, extremely creepy.
At long last, I hear words worthy of a founder of the Alliance. Raoban, are we to be outdone?
I lost one homeland. The thought of losing another had blunted my resolve. But no man knows better than I that if you want aught, you'd best be ready to die for it. With great danger comes the chance for great glory and great profit. We Uldans who have turned sand into gold know this well. How many times have we fallen into the pit of despair, only to have you pluck us out? I've fair lost count.
Reckless, the lot of you, like bloody pirates. Well, I won't waste my breath trying to talk you round, on account of being a pirate myself. And the pirate who shrinks from a challenge is no pirate at all. Those who would pick a quarrel with us must choose. Back down, or go down with all hands. Let the Garleans come. The united strength of Limsa Lominsa will be waiting for them.
If our realm is to be free of this pall of darkness, let it be by our own hands.
For Eorzea!
We must needs consider how the weapon may be brought to bear against us.
The Maelstrom will secure strategic points along the coastline.
In the meantime, the flames will deploy at...
Be at ease, my friends. You have banished our doubts. Pray leave the military matters to us, and retire to the waking sands. We will send word anon.
Why would we go back there? Clearly it's been infiltrated by Thancred. Oh, that's not what I wanted.
I cannot well express my relief to think that the Alliance came so close to surrender.
But the fire in their hearts has been rekindled, and they will fight to the last.
This warmth inside. Did you feel it too, Grandfather? I would know something. Was that your power at work earlier?
Nothing of the sort. The leaders of Eorzea had lost their way. I merely helped them to find it again. Oh, hello. Yes, our party returned just a moment ago. How close are you? It's all right, Cid.
We must needs plan our next move. Pray continue liaising with your respective nations. Cid, would you be our man in Ul'dah?
I'll be whatever and wherever you need me to be.
We haven't a moment to waste. All right, let's do this.
Thancred's fate weighs heavy on my mind. I cannot bear to think of him in thrall to an Ascian. Mayhap you know this already, but the Ascians are immortal beings without physical form. Since time immemorial, they have fanned the flames of chaos from the shadows. That they might work unseen, the Ascians entrap and possess mortal men by means of malign artifacts known as Crystals of Darkness. One such crystal may yet be the key to saving Thancred.
This is a Crystal of Darkness.
A mere replica, created using data obtained from anomalous crystals found across Eorzea.
It comes to us courtesy of the students of Baldesion, our distant allies. Even for an Archon, Thancred's talents are exceptional. We all had complete confidence in him. It was for this reason that none among us foresaw the danger in sending him to investigate the Ascians alone.
Thancred had been striving to fill the void left by Louisoix. Yet, it was plain that he was overtaxing himself.
Yeah. He would volunteer for everything, and work till he was dizzy.
And the toll taken by his exertions made him vulnerable to Ascian influence.
The crystal that binds Thancred must be somewhere on his person. If we could but destroy it, his Ascian possessor would be compelled to relinquish control over him. You have proven the stoutest of allies, standing with us through thick and thin. Yet the most perilous struggle is still to come. For the sake of the realm, and Thancred, I ask that you lend us your strength once more. Thank you, from the bottom of my heart. As I am sure you are aware, the realm was saved from certain doom 5 years ago by heroes known as the Warriors of Light. What you may not be aware of is that your many feats in service to the Scions have prompted folk to make certain comparisons. I must confess, you do remind me of them. Yet remember this, however glorious the past, it is the hero's lot to be judged on the deeds of the present. A new darkness threatens the realm, and the people cry out for a savior. I believe that you are she, a warrior of light, here in the present, guided by the crystal's will. Come, my friends, let us fight to safeguard the future of our beloved Eorzea.
Completely called it mind control. It looks nice too. Present? Then let us begin. We have received the details of impending operations, and what promises to be the largest single counteroffensive in the round troubled history. The Alliance will strike at every Imperial stronghold standing up in New Eorzean soil. As might be expected, the operation will be complex, but you need not commit its intricacy to memory. It is enough that each man understanding his part and plays it to the best of his ability. The final instructions you will receive at each standing point. To begin, let's review the distribution of our forces. From the west to the east, Maelstrom, Limson, Luenza, the immortal friends of the Uda and the Order of the Twin Otter in Gridania. Next, let us examine the locations of Imperial strongholds. Then, let's Luenza, you have Castrum Orsidin, situated in the eastern Valleybrand, and Castrum Marneum, which lies in the southern east and the Midis Raiton Sea. Good gosh, these words. Near Ulda, you have Castrum Madium to the north, and the coast outposts at Cape West Wind, which contains Castrum Manerum to the mainland by means of magic tech transporter. Near Gridania, we have Castrum Orans, which lies upon the eastern edge of Tweleswood. And finally, in Mordana stands Catra Sentry, a thorn in the heart of Eorzea. The forthcoming operation will see Allied forces assault each of the aforementioned locations with the ultimate objective of destroying the Empire's new weapon housed in Castrum Marneum. As one might expect, the Black Wolf seat of power Castro Medem boasts all but impenetrable defenses. If we are to breach it, we must need isolate it from the sister strongholds. To do otherwise would be a risk being caught twixt hammer and anvil. The operation will comprise four distinct phases all told. First shall see us eliminate one of the Black Wolf's most trusted lieutenants, Radan Saz Arvina. According to our intelligence, the Purificus is due to visit the Imperial outpost Cape Westwind for inspection. When he arrives, we shall dispatch an elite adventure unit to eliminate him. We would have you lead this assault. Artan is a peerless field tactician shown of his leadership. The garrison at Castrum Occident will be as a snake without its head. Phase 2 will see us serve Castrum Merdanian's primary line of supply. As soon as Huartan presence is confirmed at the coast of Outpost, the Metro will lay siege to Castrum Arcidens. At the very hour of Lintel, Armada, helmed by the Admiral herself, shall move to blockade the Castrum Marinium. Meanwhile, in the 12th Wood, the Order of Twin Adders will surround the Castrum Morans, and they will have the Sylphs to help them. Frixio's been waiting for a chance to avenge these ones. Phase 3 shall see us neutralize Miriam's defenses. Forming our main thrust, the Immortal Flames will march against the stronghold with all their strength, while the enemy's eyes are thus drawn outward. Another elite adventurer unit shall infiltrate the Castrum. Its mission is to disable the Magitech field generator, which protects the Fortrium, a fortress within a fortress, wherein the ultimate weapon is believed to be housed. We would have you take the command once more. Meanwhile, the Order of the Twin Adder will blockade the railway which connects Century and Meridium, preventing the timely arrival of reinforcements from Mordona. A wise precaution with this, the monstrous locomotive which runs back and forth between the two Castra and capacities enough to transport a small army by all accounts. It is well the Guardians did not think to give it wings. Once Madrum's defenses have been compromised, the operation will enter its fourth and final phase. This will see the Immortal Flames into the stronghold and suppress the remnants of the army garrisons, allowing the unit to pass and unopposed into the Portrum, where they will locate and destroy the ultimate weapon. By this feat shall the operation be deemed a success. There's a lot of room for error in that. In addition to the Grand Companies, we can count upon the support of a variety of other parties, from the pirates of Limson Luenza to the monoterrorists of Ulda, and all the operation will involve no fewer than 12 major factions. Legend holds that the Archons were 12 and 1 and 1 and 12. It is for the reason that our grand endeavor have been dubbed the Operation Archon. Countless free companies have also pledged their swords, and more join us by the day. At long last, all Eorzea is raising as one. As before, Rescience shall work in concert with brand companies Yida, Paplamo, Yershal, Pray, accompany your respective organizations on their missions. Jaeger, I would have you represent us in Ul'dah. Reassure the financiers that they have made a sound investment. When that is done, Pray return here and aid the coordination of our forces. Tataru, please assist Argener in any way you are able, and ensure that everyone is kept abreast of the latest developments. Mephilia Sid, I shall accompany the main host in the adversary capacity. It will be our task to analyze intelligence as it comes into our possession and make the necessary recommendations to command. As Amphanad mentioned, you are to lead the elite unit of adventurers whose task will be to set each of the Operation Archon's main objective fulfilled. Yours is the most important role of all, and like to be the most dangerous. Pray choose your party well and stint not in your preparations. This battle is the future of the realm and is about to begin. Together, let us show the Black Wolf the power of a united Eorzea. Pray report to the Mortal Flame encampment situated to the north of here when you are ready to be briefed on your first mission. I cannot stress this enough, but please be careful. May you walk in the light of the crystal. Oh, water break. Alright. Let's go to war. First, let me check time. Three hours. Not bad. It will come of the Scions. As Commission's office, it falls to me to issue your orders and provide guidance on forthcoming missions. Your first mission is to infiltrate the Imperial outpost of Cape Westwind and eliminate Prefecture's Raitan Saz Arvian. All participating units are now in position and waiting your arrival. Please proceed to the staging point and repeat the Lieutenant Alberta. This is but the first step in our bid to purge the realm of Garlean menace. I shall pray for your success. Look, things I need to kill. So you're the fearless adventurer who to lead the assault. We've been expecting you. Our Maelstrom friend report that Ratana's Havana departure in Castro Las a bell ago. And sure enough, a convoy Imperial airship landed here just now. The likelihood is high that our target was aboard one of the vessels. I have dispatched scouts to verify his presence before we strike. Command to all units, requesting status report. This is Alteon 1. Target has not been sighted. This is Alteon 2. Likewise, target has not been sighted. Alteon 3 here. We got nothing for neither. This is Alteon 4. Nothing of report as of. Wait. Disregard previous message. Target sighted. I say again. Target sighted. Understood. Hold your position. Attention, all units. This is Lieutenant Aldebert Corder. Aldebert Corder. The first step in the Operation Archon begins with us. Should we falter here, all hope of victory will be lost. 'Tis no small burden, but now that I believe in all of you, so believe in yourselves, and together we will blaze a path for our brothers and sisters of the Alliance to follow. We will create multiple diversions and disperse the enemy garrison that should give your people a chance to breach their defenses. Go now and bring us Ratan's head. May Ralga grant you strength. Commence diversionary maneuvers.